Hey guys, what's up? It's Deniz from Deniz World of Bodybuilding. How are you doing, guys? I hope you can enjoy your weekend the best under those circumstances we have worldwide. So let's forget that for a second or a couple of minutes and concentrate on this video. I want to talk obviously about Dexter Jackson and Shawn Ray. Shawn Ray made a comment that Dexter Jackson in his prime couldn't make the top 6 in the 90s, so those guys from today, because of that, that means that the best guys from today couldn't even place anywhere near in the 90s, okay? And obviously, that was a little hint to Dexter Jackson from Shawn Ray, and Shawn Ray, Dexter Jackson laughed about it, and he said that he the 90s were not his prime because in 99 he got his pro card. So the few contests he did 99 2000 were his first years as a pro. So you can't obviously say that was his prime. It's like saying, let's say Ronnie Coleman 92 93 was his prime where he got first pro. Where when Ronnie first got pro, he was that last at every contest he entered. So I get Dexter. But let's first read out his comment, okay? Dexter did his post. Debate time at Shawn Ray IFBB Pro. By the way, Shawn Ray blocked me from Instagram a long time ago on my private profile because Shawn Ray wasn't the first guy, It's not the first time that Shawn Ray has beef with a pro. I think back then he had beef with Kevin Levrone when he was prepping for the Olympia, and I did a comment about that and he blocked me right away. But let's concentrate on this time. Debate time. Shawn Ray said he's beat me in my prime. I'm the same weight as him in these photos. My 3rd year in the pros. You haven't reached my prime yet. Y'all be the judge. Lol. I know we are all fans. Put that aside and judge what you see, since he runs his mouth so much. I thought I'd let y'all judge. I always tell him he's only won 2 shows in his 13-year career. Lol. And don't compare me to you if you've never won the Olympia. So looking at those pictures, I purposely didn't prepare pics because you can't prepare the 2020 era with the 90s. Okay, you can't. I'm not one of the guys doing that, comparing Arnold pictures from the 70s with Ronnie Coleman picture from the 2000s. That doesn't make sense. Okay, muscle mass wise, and we all know why. Okay, doesn't make much sense. And looking at those pictures, I still want to talk about those pictures because they are a little more comparable pictures of those two guys, because it's the time where they competed in the same year at the same contest on the same day. So that's more comparable than if you would take a Shawn Ray picture from 92 and compare it to Dexter Jackson 20 or something from the Arnold's last couple weekends ago. So in these pictures, obviously you see that he has striated glutes. Shawn doesn't. He has a better back. Shawn doesn't. He just overall looks better, I would say. So I definitely want to say that my 2 cents are that you can't compare guys from completely different eras. Okay. You can't say I'm more muscular to a 1990 guy who competed in a completely different era, because if Lee Haney would compete today, he would look different. Okay, then he looked. Imagine Dorian Yates, who, he was maybe one of the few who, I don't know. Imagine Dorian Yates with today's standards, how he would look like. And I don't even think that would look better, but that's another topic. But imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger with today's standards, how he would look like. So I'm not the guy who's comparing people from completely different eras, but what you can compare, what is coming the closest, is the accomplishments. So if you say Arnold Schwarzenegger was 7-time Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman was 8-time, then you can't compare the contest picks from those guys together, but you can say that they both were the best in their time. Okay, so both were number ones in their time, so they are comparable with their accomplishments. Okay, it's like comparing the music industry from the 90s or early 2000s with today, where nobody sells CDs anymore, but doesn't mean that you're a bad artist. It can mean that you are getting hundreds of millions of streamings. Okay, so it's not comparable. But if you say I'm at the Billboard chart number 1, and I don't know who was at the Billboard charts number 1 20 years ago, that you can compare. Because back then they just sold CDs. Today they don't sell anything anymore, hard discs, but the streamings are included in the Billboard stuff, so it is comparable. Okay, because of that, I hope I could tell you. I hope I could tell it the way I wanted it to have. So what I just want to say is just checking their accomplishments and comparing that. Then obviously Dexter Jackson smokes Shawn Ray. Dexter Jackson nearly has 30 pro wins. Okay? 30 pro wins. He has 29, but I just say 30, okay? Or need 30 because he just didn't retire yet, so he could come and win something. I think if he wanted to get those 30, he just could do a little show and smoke everybody, okay? And Shawn Ray only won 2 pro shows, so it's like, Dexter won like 15 times more contests than Shawn Ray. And also Dexter Jackson is one of the very, very few, I say, aesthetic guys, not maths monster guys, who won the Mr. Olympia contest. And I'm not talking about a small division, I talk about the open Mr. Olympia contest. So that you can't take away. So I would say, definitely, I don't know. If people say I liked Shawn's body better and stuff, but comparing, then I would understand maybe. But comparing them as competitors, Dexter was definitely better, I would say. Also, Dexter had to compete against mass monsters too and stuff. So, when Ronnie won his Olympias, I think nearly all of them, besides 98, Dexter was there too. So I say sometimes Shawn Ray definitely runs his mouth too much. I still like it because he doesn't hold any back, so I think he's great to have in this sport. I'm with Dexter on this one. Subscribe to my channel. Let's get it to 30,000 subscribers. I hope I didn't talk too long. You can write in the comments if it was just too long. Let's get to 3,000. Bye.